Brigadier Gininda, just before the long adjournment, you testify that accused number one came in and he was in leg irons and handcuffed, and that Mr. ZWANE then made that remark which you've placed on record, and that the accused responded. You've placed a response on record. Can continue.
Yes.
In other words, he said it's in connection with the matter for which we came for cleansing.
Correct, my lord.
Yes.
So maybe before I come into that, my lord, let me just go back a bit. I forgot something. When I was indicating the pointers that I was looking at insofar as establishing whether they were people who came into the house, whether they were intruders or not, I forgot two points as well. I had to think about them while I was lying. So I remember there were two aspects. I want just to add those.
Yes.
In addition to what I've said, my lord, the other part that I looked at was the ballistic testing of Mr. Twala's firearm. And it was because, my lord, there was a suggestion, or there seems to be rumors, because really were nothing else but rumors, my lord. I must maybe put that into context, and the court will understand why I'm saying that. There were these rumors that suggest that that firearm was used in the killing of SENZO MEYIWA. Now, the ballistic testing, my lord, was negative, meaning it was not the firearm that was used to discharge the bullet point or the projectile that was found at the crime scene, and the one that killed the deceased.
You know, Gininda's going to give me a brain aneurysm, but guess what? Because I listen in court, and I've been listening before he even arrived on the witness stand after writing his LLB exam. We all know this has happened before. It's giving a deja vu, where MANGENA went for lunch and then came back from lunch and wanted to give us a brand new version of how things happened. But because we listen, guess who's doing the same thing? Instead of continuing to talk about ZWANE, who has suddenly seen MUZI all shackled up, and asking him, why are you in this condition? And MUZI responded and said, it's for that issue that I asked you to cleanse me for, and you didn't cleanse me. Now look at me all chained up, so don't ask me no stupid questions. But I digress. Where does Gininda take us? He digresses himself, and he takes us back to when, and he himself, unprovoked, introduces Chico Twala into the building. Hello, Chico Twala. Don't get upset that I'm talking about you. I'm only talking about you because Gininda spoke about you, and because he spoke about you, I'm going to react to it. I have waited to see if you have responded in the media and called Gininda incompetent, just like you did when Ngomezulu mentioned your name in court. But all I hear is crickets. But you know what? Asiko lapo. Gininda wants us to know, as members of the jury and the court, of course, that in addition to what I said earlier, ballistic testing of Selo Twala's firearm, because there was a rumor that suggested that the firearm was used in the killing of SENZO MEYIWA. Hello, sir. This is a court of law. Hey, Baba, as Ngomezulu once said. This is a court of law, and you're coming to tell us about rumors? This is the South African Police Services that we have. They are testing guns based on rumors. No, not based on facts, not based on investigation, but basing it solely on rumors. And as we know from MANGENA's account, that firearm was taken for a good 4 months. Of course, it was found negative, because hello, it's a rumor firearm, okay? And it suggested that the firearm was used in the killing of SENZO MEYIWA. And the ballistic testing came back negative, meaning, now this is where I think Gininda really wants to patronize us, where Gininda really is so condescending. He says the ballistic testing came back negative, and let me tell you what that means. It means it is not the firearm that was used to discharge the bullet that killed the deceased. Now, if you have a 5-year-old in your home, 5, 4, 3, and any kid, Gininda, we do not need a definition of what negative is. Now, let's get serious, okay? Let's get serious, because the goal at the end of the day, exclusively, is to find out what happened to the national goalkeeper, SENZO MEYIWA. Preferably before his 10-year anniversary. But at the rate at which you are talking, it's going to be another 5 to 6 months before we even get to the bottom of what you're trying to tell us. This is absolutely disgusting, in my opinion. This is a brigadier who is currently sitting for his LLB exams, and he thinks this is the perfect time for him to give a show. Give the man a mic, put him on a podcast because he loves to talk, okay? Let him do that as a side hustle because this policing thing is, hey, it's not giving, it's not mathing. The math is not mathing. This man is talking, for lack of a better term, crap. But you know what? I digress. Let's continue listening on because what else can we possibly do? This is the witness that the state has brought forward.
The second point, my lord, in the...
Just a minute. Lieutenant Colonel MANGENA testified about the ballistic report that you have just referred to. And it also serves as an exhibit before this court.
Yes, my lord.
We'll just come back to this at the later stage, yes.
All right, my lord, yes. So the second aspect, my lord, was that in the docket, and I'm referring to docket 636 of 10/2014, the phosphorus docket, my lord, there was no statement then, and I don't have any up to today that says there is a witness who saw either Longwe or Kelly Khumalo or anyone in the house killing SENZO MEYIWA. In fact, the statements are saying intruders. So there is no statement under oath in this docket or suggestion, if you look at the preliminary evidence that was collected on that day, continuously before I got on board up to the time I came on board, that suggests or even make suggestion under oath that the deceased was killed by the people who were inside the house. And in this regard, my lord, I'm talking about direct witnesses. Someone who says, I saw SENZO MEYIWA being shot by X who was in the house. Or someone, my lord, who even goes to an extent of saying there were no intruders. I didn't see anyone going into the house. I heard gunshot and I didn't see people go running out of that house. There is no such a statement or such an eyewitness, my lord. The only statement, my lord, that wants to suggest, but it's a hearsay, is the one that was made by Mr. Thope, which seems to say he heard from one of the people who was inside the house, in specific Mr. Tumelo Madlala, that the deceased was shot by mistake, but Mr. Madlala refuted that, my lord. So, my lord, in essence, I'm saying taking these 2 points and the other ones that I've mentioned before, there couldn't be any. I don't know if anyone could come to a different conclusion to say there were no intruders. The facts, if they are presented to me today, I would have embarked on the same approach of believing that there were intruders and the process must be embarked on to find the intruders.
I'm just here to say, take a look at how satisfied Judge RATHA is with that answer. Like Brigadier Gininda brought it on, okay? He is loving it, okay? He is eating it up like candy. He is so happy, he is so satisfied. And then he steals a glance at Mezulu. My question is, who is leading the witness? Is the state leading the witness? Is the witness here to read his affidavit, or is he here to talk about rumors and refute everything that is out on these streets, social media streets, that is? This is the South African justice system. But you know what? Let's continue on. I mean, it is a show after all.
The motive is something different, my lord, but simply the intruders, factually I was convinced, and I still am, that they were intruders.
Yeah, you earlier on referred to the ballistic report that pertains to a firearm, and that this ballistic report is negative. I just want to show you Exhibit X in bracket 13B. This is the affidavit of Lieutenant Colonel MANGENA.
Yes, my lord.
If you can just refer to paragraph 7.1 of that affidavit.
Paragraph 7.1 reads, the bullet mentioned in 3.4.1 was not fired from the pistol mentioned in 3.1.
You just place again on record the pistol mentioned in 3.1.
So 3.1, my lord, is a 9mm parabellum caliber P Beretta model 92 FS compact single and double action semi-automatic pistol with serial number BER 190037. Yeah, that's the other one is a magazine and a holster that is listed.
No, this.
And whilst we're still on this topic, you earlier testified that the witnesses who were in the house described one of the attackers as someone who had dreadlocks on. We referred to the identikit.
That is correct, my lord.
I just want to briefly refer you to Exhibit S. We'll return in greater detail at a later stage. It's the downloads of the photos that were found on the cell phone of accused number 3. Just want to show you photo number 12.
Yes, my lord.
Yes, can you just, what is photo number
So,
12 of Exhibit S?
so photo number 12, my lord, depicts a person resemble accused number 3. My observation, it is accused number 3 with dreadlocks. The date is 2014-10-26. That's the date that is on top, IMG 2014-10-26, and that is the day of the incident. He is wearing a top which look like khakis, and I can mention, my lord, that in some of the statements of the people who were inside the house, mention the person with the dreadlocks wearing a khaki top. That is contained in the statement. What is also prudent, my lord, perhaps to mention while we're dealing with this, is that this download was done on in the year 2015 February. In other words, the cell phone was seized from accused number 3 for another matter. Subsequently, then the downloading was done for that matter. When we had our sight on him, my lord, then I requested on that download that was done then. It's not something that we found now, that was done then. So we worked on what was on the archives of the police. We then selected this album. In fact, we downloaded everything which was made available to the defense, but we focused on the photos that matches him with the suspect that was identified on the day of the incident in this matter. And I can say, my lord, we found more than one photo that fits the description of him resembling the shooter that was mentioned on the 26th of October 2014.
Thank you. Any other aspects that you want to mention?
Not that I can think of, my lord. If I do recall, the court will bear with me. I'll just keep on going back, my lord.
Yes, we can then come back to the events of the night of the 31st of May.
Yes, my lord. So after the warning, after that was said, then I obviously warned accused number 1 that what he was saying amounts to a confession, and I cautioned him about the rights that I gave him, and the response was that, but it is the truth, you know, he's telling the truth. My lord, I then asked the members to remove him, where I continued then the interview with Mr. ZWANE.
I just want to briefly put on record the evidence of Mr. ZWANE in this respect. These are the proceedings of the 4th of September 2023. And if you can refer to page 22. Page 22.
Yes, I'm here, my lord.
If you can just place on record there where the sentence starts with Mr. ZWANE.
So it says, now when I first met with Sibiya, they came to me in the company of 3. So there were 3 of them. Now the person that I directly communicated or interacted with was this Sibiya that I'm referring to. Just as I am talking to the interpreter now, this is the same person that I directly interacted with, this Sibiya.
Then on page 24, same proceedings of the 4th of September 2023, line 12.
Yes, it reads
maybe it starts at line 11.
Yes,
Mr. ZWANE. Yes.
Beg your pardon, my lord. Yes, it reads as follows, Mr. ZWANE. I do not know what then transpired after that. I only saw him coming back again, this Sibiya, to me. And then from Mr. Baloyi, question is, how long after the first consultation did Sibiya come back, Mr. ZWANE? Perhaps after 2 to 3 days, he then came back to me.
19.
Line 19 reads as follows, my lord, under Mr. ZWANE. Now the second time around, I cannot ascertain as to the number of people that came. Safe to say that this very Sibiya came for the first time. Sorry, I beg your pardon, my lord. Maybe let me start from the beginning. Now the second time around, I cannot ascertain as to the number of the people that came. Safe to say that this very Sibiya that came for the first time to consult with me, he came the second time around to indicate that that job has been done. Now he says to me where they had gone to search for work, there is someone that had sustained some injury there.
And then page 25 from line 11.
Line 11 under Mr. ZWANE, my lord, says, I do not know in terms of your cultural background, but with us, when somebody has passed on within the family, there is some ritual cleansing of the members of the family. The same principle I applied here when they came, because you know they cross path with misfortune, and as a result I had to assist them for ritual cleansing. After that, I helped them only with 2 things.
On page 29, from line 14.
From line
14.
14. Okay. It reads as follows. I am just a person that has to help. I am a helper of people. Where I was standing, they took a picture or a photograph of me from where I was standing. They handcuffed me, then they took a picture of me, and then they showed it to somebody, and that particular person will then say, this is. They handcuffed me after that particular person said, let me explain that when I walked out of the house, I was not handcuffed. Okay, let me just read all of it. Now when I got, I'm reading as it is, my lord. Now when I got, now they took pictures of me right there at the street, and then I was handcuffed at the street. Let me just explain it this way. I eventually got to the police station while handcuffed, and while at the police station there,
So we are now deep, okay, inside Pagati, the realm of African science, okay? African science, there's cleansing rituals. Umsebenzi, okay? Umuzi went to Uzwane for Umsebenzi and he was given herbs. Umsebenzi for my international gang is work, loosely translated, but I also don't think the translation, even by the interpreter, was correct. It's not work. Umsebenzi is a ritual. I would say it's a ritual. It's a cleansing ritual that's going to help Umuzi get a job. And then him and whoever he was with was given herbs. And those herbs are called excuse me, intelezi, okay, which is umuti, okay, and they're given those so that they cleanse whatever bad spirits are around them or whatever the situation may be. It differs from place to place. And then Usvia, after 2 to 3 days, he went back and said, yes, we did the job, but then somebody got injured. And then in the realm, okay, of African science, another cleansing has to be done because we have a kunestunzi. But what I want to highlight here, two things. When Ungomezulu brought up that Unompilo Sangweni, Kelly Khumalo's Sangoma, Judge RATHA threw his hands in the air. He's like, I am not a specialist in African science. I mean, he even started to speak about a science and all those things. And he said, there's no judge, okay, that can make a ruling based on African science. There is no way. Like, he was very, very objective to Ungomezulu calling Unompilo Sangweni to the stand. But surprise, surprise, the judge is dead silent as, first of all, ZWANE, the Inyanga, okay, who has a traditional healer, who has already come to the stand, but now his transcripts are being read again into the record, and the judge is Zwi, okay, Zwi Edololo. He's got nothing to say. I mean, this is absolutely amazing. The second part is, Gininda, and he says, the court will have to bear with me. I'll just keep on going back, my lord. Say what now? As you please. My lord is okay with that, copacetic. But should a defense ever try to say something like that, I'm telling you, he will have their heads and tell them about the JP and how they're stalling the case. But this is Brigadier Gininda. Lord Brigadier Gininda. Lord Brigadier Nicholas Gininda has taken the stand. He's talking about ZWANE, his interactions with ZWANE, his interview with ZWANE, and whatever else happened there. I want to hear from you in the comment section. What are your thoughts on African science meeting with European laws? How's this going to work out? How is this going to work out? That is it from me. Let me end this video here because I don't want to make it too long. Of course, I'll be back with another one. And thanks so much for watching. If you've made it this far in the video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And absolutely share this video with the last 3 people you chatted with on WhatsApp. If you've watched all the ads, you absolutely have my heart. You're my VIP gang. And to become a channel member, okay, to have exclusive access to our defense team emojis, plus, is definitely by hitting that join button, okay? And I promise not to rob you. It is absolutely affordable. And there's going to be some extra content that I'm going to be doing today. So please make sure your notification bell is turned on. If you're watching us from outside the club, please consider subscribing so that you also get the notifications on my next upload. To all the sweet, beautiful messages I get, comments, okay? I see your comments. I love them. Thank you for encouraging me. Some people say they cannot sleep without an upload. Some people say they're addicted to my voice. Oh my God. Should I start singing happy birthday on your birthdays? Should I make that a membership benefit? Let me know in the comment section down below. To my shy gang, you too count on this channel. Make sure you drop a soccer emoji in the comment section down below, as we're here together, gathered for justice for SENZO MEYIWA. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on my next upload.